I can't help feeling like somebody's watching me every time I'm alone in my house. Scared to close my eyes or look into a mirror. I'm worried about who or what will be looking back at me. I've never been a strong believer in the paranormal, not until the night I woke up to a small boy sitting on my bedroom floor, playing with my plastic army men that were given to me by my grandfather when I was 7 years old. All I could do was watch the child play. Too scared to make any noise, I laid in bed and stared, wondering where this child came from. The picture frame on my nightstand tipped over. The sound startled me. I took my attention away from the child for what seemed like a split second, just to find him gone when I looked back. This was the first encounter. At first, I thought maybe I woke up from a strange dream. The only thing that convinced me otherwise was the plastic army men laying on the floor. I jumped out of my bed and turned on the light, thinking how strange it was to see a random child in my room. Not knowing who he was or why he was there, I remember thinking it was possible that some kid just wandered into our home. But things like that don't just happen in the middle of the night. The next morning, I woke up to my mother crying at the kitchen table. When I asked what was wrong, she told me she got a phone call. My grandfather had passed away. I was close to my grandfather. Although I am struck with great sadness, I couldn't help but feel as though there was a link to the child I saw in my room. I was not sure what the connection was, but after hearing about his passing, I knew it was related somehow. Did I want to believe it was only a dream, or did I want to forget about it altogether? I went and took a shower and decided to get on with my day. But when I went to the mirror to shave, I started to cry as the grief of my grandfather's passing suddenly hit me. Since my father was stationed overseas, my grandfather was the one that taught me how to shave. I was going to miss him. I tilted my head to wipe my tears when I felt a hand on my shoulder. I assumed it was my mother, but when I turned around, there was no one there. I walked out of the washroom and looked around. I figured I was imagining things until I returned to the washroom and found one of my plastic army men sitting on the sink. It was almost as if it was looking back at me. It wasn't there before. It was at this point I started to freak out a bit, but at the same time, happy. I felt it might be him watching over me. "Hello? Is anyone there?" I yelled. My response was the eerie sound of pure silence. I'm not sure what I'm experiencing, or if I should welcome the possibility of something or someone watching me. I walked into my room giggling and shaking my head, thinking how ridiculous it was. I'm just tired, I say, as I start pulling out clothes to wear from my dresser. I heard someone very quickly walking down the stairs, which drew my attention towards the steps. "Mom!" I yelled while walking over to investigate, and then I heard the front door open. "Honey, I need your help," my mother yells. She was just getting back from making funeral arrangements and the grocery store. I go down to help bring in the groceries from the car. I stared at the stairs on my way, wondering whose footsteps I heard before my mother came into the house. It almost sounded like something or someone had rushed to meet her at the door as she was entering. "Is everything taken care of?" I asked. "Just about. Just a few minor details to deal with," she replies. I tried keeping it together, staying strong for my mother during that difficult time, but I had a moment of weakness and cried, thinking about how much I missed my grandfather. "I know it's sad, honey, but we will get through this," Mother says while hugging me tight. "Be happy. He would hate knowing you're upset."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.